Well, it's been a while since I've looked at this, not gonna lie. When we first set this campaign up, we were looking at it being slow, but I gotta confess, I wasn't expecting like once every 2 months slow. So, coming back to revisit this campaign, give it another look, see if we can put some more time into this series. I did get a note from like just one or two people that the first iteration of this was good. People seemed to like what we were putting down, so we are going to revisit it and continue our journey here and see if we can continue to demonstrate some of what we're trying to do here at in this playthrough with Knight's Tale here. So nevertheless, come back to where we left off. We're going to start as just quick update on the format. Goal is going to be to do all the Camelot stuff at the start of the video here, so we'll come in, do anything that we were going to be planning to do in Camelot, and then we will go out and do a mission. So first things first, we get our first introduction to the round table, all the lovely things that we need to do there. Have the ability to assign court titles to some of these guys, so we'll go ahead and do that where appropriate. Go ahead and give some loyalty decay. This doesn't matter for now, so we'll just plant somebody there, just get that going. We do have a level up for Lady Dendrain, so we'll go ahead and take care of that while we're here. So, like we were doing before, we want to know what we get out of some of our abilities here. We have new abilities that would take 2 skill points for us to unlock. With the marksman classes typically have the well-earned reputation of being the least impressive classes. One thing that they do have going for them is range, right? That's one of the things that they got, and the ability to place dots or debuffs on their enemies. A lot of the debuffs in this game will have, of course, damage, but also other implications for it, right? So you see poison here reduces the damage output by 20%. So in some ways, this is kind of like a rough form of damage mitigation here. So we can kind of look at that as a consideration, just to give ourselves more options and open up synergies. I'm not going to go through and do all of the I guess assessment all these abilities. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this poison arrow skill because we are going to plan to use it, and we'll just go ahead and do that for now. We do have new armors that we got here. Not much to assess here. Obviously, taking the new armor, which is better than default armor, seems good. We'll pick that up without much thought. Similarly, this charm is made for this lady. She does burn damage. Makes sense, right? So we'll do this while we're waiting on better things. And an accessory that gives just 2 HP. Lady Dendrain is a little squishy. She could use the help. That's a pretty significant increase to her HP, and nobody else is going to have to take HP damage because of their armor. That's the plan anyway. And we have an item that we cannot use yet because we don't have the classes associated with it. Do have another potion that we can go ahead and have, just to make sure we got double potions up just in case we need them. Kay is more likely to need it than Mordred, so we'll stack him up just to make sure he's ready to go. And then taking a look at any of the buildings that we want to construct pretty quickly, we're going to be wanting to get the training ground up. That's going to be a pretty big priority for us. Similarly, the merchant is nice to help us get our guys online a little bit better, give us some options, but for now, we will obviously need the merchant to build this. To build the merchant, we need the hospice, and so we are very much railroaded into making this our first construction. So we'll go ahead and do that just to move things forward. We are hopefully not going to need to use this very much. If we play correctly, this is just a ornament in Camelot. But nevertheless, that's what we're going to be doing in Camelot today. We'll go ahead and take the next quest that we need. We need to do this decision here. We are going to be taking the Tyrant Road. As a reminder, this is a Tyrant Christian run, so we're going to just pick all the things that make us more mean or more Christian, and that will continue to adjust the morality chart. And then we move to the mission here for this video, the Bridge of Sorrow. Bypass all of the things, and we'll get right into it. As a reminder, we're going to be missing most of the dialogue, most of the cutscenes. We'll be skipping these as quickly as possible and just getting on to the things that make us make decisions. For this mission, we will have Sir Balin join us, and his brother will also join us. We're going to skip all the things. And regrettably, we'll have to take a small detour out here just because there are a couple items and loot spawns out this way.
King Arthur is out there
somewhere. We'll go and pick those up because we need stuff. pile. One of the few things that I don't like as much about this game is just some of the pointless walking to get some of this stuff, but you need to go ahead and take it if it's there, right? Map shows that we did have this space out here that we could travel. So we'll get back here and start finding some encounters that we can work through here with our party. The other thing we'll want to do is make sure our setup is right here. We don't really want Lady Dendrain in front, so we'll move her to the back. We also would prefer the Vanguard to be in the second line. So we've got our 3 frontliners, Vanguard, and then Dendrain. That will be a good natural formation for us. There, and so we'll run down the bridge, pretend that we're surprised that lost are here.
Who could have done this?
Alright, so have our first encounter where we are surrounded. We've got 3 lost units. This is technically our first engagement with the lost in this game. So like we've done before, we want to make sure we understand what they're capable of, right? So pretty simple unit. They have a single strike attack that does essentially nothing for 3 AP. They are immune to bleeding, immune to poison. That's relevant for us to be aware of since we do have some bleeding effects. And they have a total of 6 action points. So these guys can double hit us if they are stationary. So these guys, unlike some of the previous guys we run into, actually can add up damage if we stand toe-to-toe with them and don't have a proper alpha strike going. So like we've done before, we want to be aware of who can close on us, and we want to control that distance. So even from our default position, there's only 1 lost unit that's even remotely threatening to us, and the others, even just standing where we are not going to give us any trouble. We do have this 1 hole in our defenses on the side that we got to be a little aware of, so being mindful of that, I'm probably going to take most of our guys and just chill. These lost units are going to come into my zone of control here, and I'm going to be fine. I'm going to back up K 1 step so that this guy does not get a free strike on him from that diagonal. With Balin, no real point to doing much with him other than throwing out these bear traps. I'm not a big fan of the bear trap on the Vanguard, but in the early, like, first play, we can get away with it. It's not gonna be a problem, especially since we know that these lost are gonna just become charging down here. So we'll just throw out a few of these, knowing that they're gonna be coming down this lane here. And then we'll have Dendrain see if she can put the damage necessary to take this guy out. What I did not account for is that she may not actually be able to two-tap this guy. Got 15 HP. She does an average of 7. On average, this does not kill. She does not kill him. We'll see how the first shot goes. Terrible. Very low chance that we actually kill this. So we've already made a decent mistake. This loss will be able to come over. We'll need to make sure K can take a strike if it does. And we're going to move Dendrain out because we do not want her taking hits. That's not good for us. We also don't want these guys technically closing on her. So nevertheless, we are going to move her here because it just means she doesn't get alpha striked, and then we're ready to see how this goes. In all probability, though, we will have a few units around us that we'll have to react to, but for now, this is fine by my estimation. So we'll see how the turn goes. We're going to reserve all this AP, let them close with us. We will take an unnecessary hit from K. This is a mistake. This did not need to happen. Speed up the enemy movements here. Alright, so we've got units closed now. It makes it easy for us in some respects. So we'll go ahead and have Balin take what should be a free kill here. Fortunately, he couldn't one-tap him, so I'll have to use his 2 attacks. He would not be able to do that if he did not have reserve AP on deck. We'll face this threat over here just in case we have something go wrong in this area. K should be able to go ahead and take his hit here, no problem. We got to be aware that these 2 lost units can close on us. We'll deal with them in just a moment. We want to see how this is going to go. So Mordred, with his reserved AP, he can take 3 strikes here. Our goal would be to eliminate both of these guys and then disable this 3rd one here. So if I can afford to with my AP, I actually want to use 2 hits, a Stigma, and a shield charge to add up to all the 9 AP, right? So that would be the ultimate ideal for this. So I want to see how Dendrain's damage goes first, because this is going to determine what we're going to do with Balin. We're going to go ahead and take this first shot, see if she can get a 1-tap. That's awesome. And with this next unit here, there's not much that she can do about it. It would require both her and Balin to finish it. So what we'll do instead is we know exactly how this combat's going to move. He's going to run straight for Dendrain, so we can set up kind of a bait here. We'll have Balin put 1 bear trap in front of Dendrain.
No mercy for the wicked.
We'll have her take 1 tap at him, and that bear trap should be enough to finish him off. We shouldn't need to be concerned. Now we can focus all of our efforts on the lost on this side. K should be strong enough to one hit one of these guys. And so we'll move him forward 1. And we'll go ahead and consider the difference between Death Strike and a Cleave here. A Cleave here would essentially guarantee that Mordred can get a 1 hit on this guy. If we can get him down to 6, Mordred gets his 1 hit. Unfortunate. So from here, we'll give 1 more. We'll go ahead and take the Cleave hit, even though it means for sure that we're not going to be able to finish the guy on the left. Do a charge, and we messed up the order on this significantly, unfortunately. Not great, but we'll take the charge. Just go ahead and disable him. Focus this guy. I missed the Stigma here. I don't think the Stigma would have made a difference to the kill time. I don't think 20% was enough to get there, but that was yet again a mistake. Ballin should be able to finish him off regardless. We'll see if we still need the Stigma. Oh, we don't need it. Okay. From there, we're pretty much set. We know what this commoner is going to do. He's going to run right into the apparently defensive Stin Drain. Ballin's good to go. This fight should be as good as one for us. We'll just change our facing here just in case that lost us something we don't expect. Same here. Same here. And good to go. Perfect. Alright. So not the cleanest fight, to be honest. We could have played that a lot differently. We did not manage our AP well on Mordred for 1 turn. We took that unnecessary hit at the start on K because of a mistake in our positioning and our estimation of Din Drain's mediocre damage. And so those are 2 mistakes to call out right there. For the next fight here, we're going to scout all the entrances here to give us entry points on this building, and we'll probably take this fight over here next.
I look upon this castle.
Around, we don't need the shrine yet, I don't think, but let's just verify what it is. It's heal vitality. Everything goes the way it should. We should not need that either. Alright, so we have this keep here with a new lost unit that we have not met before. We've got 3 entrances to consider with 2 crossbowmen, a lost squire that's looking pretty tanky, a lost squire that's looking tanky. So a lot of threats here to be concerned with here, and so we have a lot of options to consider. There is some appeal to taking this angle here because this is a free kill on this crossbowman, and it helps us manage this choke point here. So my gut is to probably stack all of our guys in one place and use the chokes to our advantage here. And I like this entryway because it gives us the chance to make sure we guarantee this kill. We can focus these 2 guys down, and then these 4 guys will funnel into an appropriate fight for us here. One thing to call out is these lost crossbowmen, again, aren't a joke. They have, compared to other archers that we've seen before that were doing 1 to 3, they're doing 6 to 8 damage. These guys will ping away at us and do a decent amount of damage. They can only shoot once with 7 AP. It costs them 4, and so we got to keep that in mind. And they have the reanimation mechanic, meaning that after 3 turns they will come back to life. This frequently in our fights puts us on a decision point where we have to notice if we can end the fight in 3 turns or if we need to clean up corpses. And so we'll see that more commonly as the game goes on. With the squire, we got to notice that he does have a shield. He is shielded, and the shielded mechanic means that he will take 30% less damage because of his block value here. And so we got to be mindful of that. If we can, we want to hit him in the side because he's going to be able to take a lot more hits in combination with his block value, the 3 armor that he has, and his 22 HP. These guys can be a little difficult. The other thing that makes them a little annoying is that they've got an armor piercing effect. So with that armor piercing effect, they are going to hit our HP totals directly, which is, again, really inconvenient for us. So 4 to 6 damage, piercing armor, hitting directly at HP totals doesn't feel great. And if that wasn't enough, it's an attack that doesn't has an AP cost of 3. With 7 AP, they can move once and strike twice. So these guys, we need to alpha strike them before they get in range of us as much as they can. We don't want to be trading blows with these guys. The damage will add up very quickly on us. So now that we know what our threats are, we know who our enemies are, we can decide how we want to set up our guys for this fight. Ballin's probably the most mobile hero I have. I know for a fact that his damage of 5 to 9 twice should be able to take this guy on by himself, so we'll put him here. We'll protect Lady Din Drain there, and we'll bring Ballin over here as well. So so that we are good to go. Our goal for this is going to be to deal with this choke point first, to deal with the side first, and then to anchor this position to try to get an alpha strike on these squires. We are going to accept that we'll be taking crossbow hits, but crossbow hits are not as bad as taking double taps from these spears. That's kind of what my gut's telling me right now, so that's how we will plan to play this fight. That being said, we'll finish. See how things look. We're going to start confirming that my assumptions were right about Balin's capabilities. He is, if I move here, going to be able to get 2 backstabs, which is fine, so we'll do that. You only need the 1. I do expect that this fight is likely going to take us more than 3 turns, so I am probably going to go ahead and try to finish him off and be wickedly disappointed in my rolls there. Happens. With that being said, we got to notice what this squire can do and what this crossbowman can do. I do want Mordred probably to choke off this doorway. We know the squire is going to come close. I want him to close so that we can get good effective damage on the side. So I'm going to bait him by moving Mordred here, shielding up the doorway here, and we'll probably just sit and wait. We do still have our shield charge, but we don't need to use it yet. We'll just let things sit. With Dendrain, she is in a position where she can do some effective damage on targets. I don't want to put it into this guy's shield. That's not a really good use of DPS. I could move 2 forward and get a shot and then reposition again on this guy's back. Since this guy is going to take multiple hits, I like the idea of even just a little bit shaving down his effectiveness. So that's probably what we're going to go for here. So we'll move her up. We'll put a burn on this, knowing that poison does not work against the lost. In fact, I don't know that this fire arrow is going to do it either. This fire arrow needs to do at least 4 damage to guarantee a burn. That's going to happen 25% of the time. We'll try it. Hey, got it. All right, so we got an armor. We got the burn going. That's going to help us out a little bit. With K, we want him to linebacker for Dendrain, and this loss will come right in the kill zone, so we'll do this. We'll do this. That should give us 6 AP for reserve, 6 AP for reserve. So that's all the maximum value we can get from reserving, and hopefully we should be able to deal with this squire before the other one can join. This one's going to take 2 turns to get there. This one should arrive this turn, and we should be able to take them one at a time. This guy will also close. I'm hopeful that Sir Balin will be able to help, but probably not realistically. At any rate, that's our position for the first turn. We'll let that sit. See how these guys decide to play it. Unfortunately, I did not anticipate that this crossbowman could shoot Dendrain from this angle. I should have noticed that, but she's taken some pretty heavy HP damage. As we mentioned, the crossbowmen are no joke, so that's unfortunate for us. We do have this squire in range now. We have the ability to hit him twice and stigma once, so we are going to go with that. So stigma. We'll go ahead and take 2 swings on this squire. Noticing how limited our damage is hitting this guy through his armor and through his block. You can see just how tanky these guys are as a result of that armor value they have. With K, we're going to be able to go ahead and do 2 hits here. So the first hit is going to be... Think about this actually. So I was thinking about putting ball in position to hit this guy from the side of the shield. I don't think that's going to be worth. So I think that K should be able to... Does an average of 6 damage. He'll do more with the death strike. I think with a death strike and a strike, K can take this guy. So we're going to try it. So we'll take the first strike. And will the death strike finish? It will not. He didn't shave both armor points. Death Strike still has a chance to finish, and if it gets him low enough, the burning will finish, so we're still going to go for this. And the burn will guarantee the kill on that loss. So that's exactly what we wanted to see. Unfortunately, K will be in for a stab from this lost squire. Can't really be helped without a bear trap, which we'll consider, but what we can do now is we can bring Balin back to finish this squire, who's going to give us trouble if we leave him unattended to. So we'll come back 1 step. We're going to power strike to guarantee the kill because the regular strike will not do it. So we'll hit this power strike here. That brings him out. Those are 2 priority targets down. Regrettably, we do need Balin to waste another turn killing this, so we don't have to worry about him later. And we'll have to spend the rest of his AP bringing him into the fight. We'll just leave him 1 reserve for flexibility. We will always get that 1 back. And Mordred's out of AP. Balin's out of AP. We need him to face this crossbow bolt that's going to be coming for him. Dendrain has some issues because she's going to be the focus fire of these crossbowmen, and that feels bad. That feels really bad. So right now she has 9 AP points. She can shoot twice, move once, and her targets from her current position are not great. Well, she can't hit this guy. This is perfect, actually. So we're going to go ahead and take this and then move behind K for cover. So hopefully we get a good roll, and we did. So we were able to hit one of these crossbowmen. We can move her back into cover. And I think that she will not be able to get attacked from this crossbowman. I'm not as sure about this one. I'm going to gamble that she can't get hit by this one, that the only threat should be coming from this direction. So we'll keep her facing there. And with that, not the best turn, but about as good as we could hope for a fight that definitely could threaten HP totals. Kay is going to take a crossbow shot and a squire, which is going to shave some armor. It's not going to feel great, but... Denray still took that shot from the crossbowman. That's an unfortunate thing, is that these crossbowmen can usually find angles to make you really uncomfortable in a variety of ways. Hate to see it. Alright, so with this situation here, what I want to do is the most threatening unit on the field at this point is this Law Squire. These two crossbowmen are annoying, but they're not nearly as threatening. We also want to notice and call out, because you need to check this every now and again, that this guy does not have enough physical resist to resist the charge. If a unit has a 50% or more physical resist, able from the shield charge won't even land. So we're going to go ahead and take it because it reduces the effectiveness of the guy's shield. It eliminates his DPS for the next turn. There's a lot of reasons. So that right there shaves an armor, knocks him down, leaves him with 3.5 AP. All things that are really, really good for us. Also want to call out, even with his reduced AP, this guy can still fight back. He's gone from 7 to 3.5 AP, which means he can stand up and strike us on the follow through. So we still don't want to stand next to this guy when he stands up if we can avoid it. We do want this crossbowman to go down, and so we can do this one of two ways. We know that Dendrain can probably one-hit one of these crossbowmen. We have to decide which of them is more difficult for us to get to. Based on positioning, I think this crossbowman is the one that I don't want to have to run at. And so what I'm going to do is I have 8 AP, and she can't hit him anyway, and she can't hit this one. So regrettably, I'm going to have to take the decision to take the double tap here, because she has no chance of killing the one in the room. She has to shoot twice, and she can't shoot twice if she moves. Which means that we need either Ballin or Ballin to deal with this. I'm going to go ahead and move the rogue in to close on this lost crossbowman because he can't really do anything else helpful. This will reduce the damage that this crossbowman can do. And that's all we can ask for. In the meantime, we're going to leave the rest of our main DPS here to deal with this situation. We can... Yeah, well, I mean, there's no world that we don't kill this guy. So we can go ahead and put multiple hits into him. One from Fallon. The other from K.
Time to feed.
That leaves Mordred to come in here and just stack up if we need it. Notice at this point that we're not really concerned about dealing with the corpses because we had a pretty good idea that we'd be able to finish this before they rezzed. We'll have one turn left. If we had left this guy up, he would be rezzing on this next turn, which is why we decided to go ahead and spend the time killing with him. That being said, we'll let this go. And that guy tried to move out of the melee range. That's very helpful for us. So we'll take that. This fight took pretty minor damage overall. Dendrain ate a lot more HP damage than I would have liked, but those crossbowmen are always going to focus her down. It's very difficult to position your marksman in a way where they don't take HP damage. So with this fire here, I'm very tempted to go ahead and bring our HP back up to max since we've got it, and we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that because I don't want Dendrain taking vitality damage if I can avoid it. So this recovery here will make it so she can at least eat another hit before taking bite damage, and that's pretty important for us. We're going to come over here and pick up this chest. So, good. We got a rare item there. Always want to see that. Be our first one of the game. Ocean. We'll move on to the next objective here. I think what we'll do is we'll stop with the optional objective. Over here, there is a locked room here that we can decide to open. We'll do that in a moment after we're done looting. Of course, remember that there is a campfire over here just in case we need it. We could consider using it to bring back, you know, the 3 armor that we've lost, but I'd rather save it just in case we make more mistakes in one of these fights, which is distinctly possible based on how we're playing this evening.
There is a large group of the
yes, we're gonna walk in here and deal with the Restless Dead. All right, for this fight here, got a lot of targets. 4 in this room, 3, 4, 5 in this room, and another 2 off to the side here. we have 3 angles of approach to be concerned about. This choke on the right, this choke on the left, and then of course the main front here. We have 1 turn of freedom on the front, so we don't have to worry about that as much, and we got this 1 lost on our left side that needs to die. So we're gonna go ahead and do that with K. Regrettably, K does need to do his death strike to guarantee the kill. I want this guy dead, so we're gonna go ahead and guarantee that kill. We do have 2 more movement, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep K close here for support. That should be fine for him. With Mordred, not much we want to do here. We want him to be ready to respond to these guys. And so what we might do,
Feed the ravens.
consider moving him forward or leaving him. I think we leave him because he keeps all of his AP. Yeah, he'll keep 6 AP. That will give him 3 bonus AP next turn. Same with Ballin. He's got 7. We could reposition him by 1 if we wanted to, but I'm not really feeling the purpose of that, so we're going to wait there as well. Dindrain, in a position where she can at least put some DPS down range. With her 8 AP, if she moves even 1, we lose the ability to do 2 strikes. All of her abilities cost 4. And so we're just going to go ahead and get the most of our abilities. Regrettably, poison is useless, so all we have is fire and regular strike. We'll go ahead and put a dot on one of these guys. And put another strike into him. That's not great. And with Balin, we can take the choice of either getting the bonus surprise damage or using some of the traps. At this stage, I like getting the traps in because we have a very predictable idea of where these targets are coming in from. And so let's go and take advantage of it. We'll just put a few traps down here. We know we can put 4. And we'll go ahead and cover our flanks with these traps, fully knowing and expecting that these 3 are going to close here. The idea being, if we can get these 4 guys to close in here and kill them this turn, these guys get slowed up, gives us a little bit of breathing room. So we'll see how that works out in practice, but we have our game plan. End our turn, see what these guys do. All right. So got ourselves a fun little concave here. K, for one of the few times that we get to enjoy this, actually has a decent concave for his cleave here. This cleave, pretty good value given that he's got Mordred sitting next to him, who hopefully can get some cleanups here. So we might go ahead, we might take that cleave. The disadvantage with cleave though is that no, there's no disadvantage at this point. Okay, it does cost 4. So I think getting 9 to 10 on 3 targets is better than getting 12 to 14 on 1 at this point. So we're definitely going to take the cleave. What that gives us here. All right, clean on the 6, and then Mordred should be able to get 2 very clean kills on the targets in front of him. Like so. Dindrain should be able to, let's consider where she's going to get the most value. So her bow shot 5 to 9. Getting a cleanup will be good. This commoner is going to burn out. We don't need to worry about him. This guy is going to be a problem behind because Balin's going to take this strike and not be able to move because he'll prop an opportunity attack from this guy. So as a result, the guy behind him is a threat. So I'm hoping that Dindrain can put enough damage to do 15. It's not great odds, honestly. Her likelihood of her doing 15 is pretty low, but we're going to try for it anyway. See if she can be helpful. 25% chance for a kill. Nah, she's terrible. Okay. No hope. So we may have to get Balin in to help on that side. We'll go ahead and have Balin take his free kill here. And I normally don't like to use Overwatch, but in this case, the situation is called for. We know these guys are going to move into our Overwatch range, and I don't want to give out free damage, so we're going to let Balin do an Overwatch range here. This guy's going to burn out. I don't want to waste AP killing this guy, and I don't want to prompt an opportunity attack. So as a result, we're just going to go ahead and set up that, and then we'll move Balin in here. Finish off this kill that Dindrain could not do. Regrettably, we can't set up another helpful trap. Good. So we can either, and we can't even set up a useful Overwatch either. He's not going to kill this commoner. We're going to back up Balin because he sucks at taking hits. And wait. That's just really the best that we can have right now. Okay, his turn is over. We're just going to save our AP. And Mordred has one last play left that he can do. The most helpful point is charge something to disable one of these targets. The most threatening target is actually the one with 6 HP because he's going to get 2 strikes in. And so by disabling the 6 HP, we actually prevent more damage. This guy's going to come and get 1 attack. If we were left leave this 6 HP guy up, he's going to get 2 strikes. So don't like that. We're going to move forward 1. Take this charge. That trap's going to finish him off anyway. Alright. So we've got our position here. This, unfortunately, it does open Mordred up to a hit from behind if we don't do something about it. So we're actually going to move him 1 step forward. This protects Kay, who's worse at taking hits. It does give Mordred 2 strikes, but it'll at least take it from the shield. And this guy will not get in range either. So this is not the best, but it's not bad either. So we've got our positions. We've used our AP. We'll see how the turn goes. The burnout, got the attack. He did not get lucky on his initial strike. And so Balin takes yet another hit. In this case, Dendrain can actually get some value because she can deal at least 2 damage. So move her forward 1 to finish. Balin can step forward and finish this target.
Awaiting your command.
A does more DPS than Mordred. He can use his Death Strike to 1-tap the 15 health. And Mordred with his 6 HP should be able to get 2 strikes to finish this kill here. As far as mistakes are concerned, I think we had a few minor errors there. Maybe took 1 more hit than we truly needed to, but overall not bad for an engagement. We also had some RNG not to go our way, which is going to happen. That's the name of the game. But we're running a very poor marksman whose reliability is quite poor right now. And so our ability to get value out of Dendrain is an ongoing challenge for us. That being said, I don't think we took any actual damage that justifies using the campfire that we have, so we're going to move on to the next engagement and leave that fire mistakes, right? So we'll keep that going. For this fight, we are going to take advantage of this bell. It does give us a reward for an extra fight. So we'll just ring this bell. And now we've got ourselves a wonderful fight. Alright, so all characters that we are familiar with seeing. 2 very large threats in these last squires. We need to be mindful of that. And Dendrain is in a garbage position. These lost here, we don't want to give them angles for free damage, but we may be forced to close with them earlier than I would like just because of the nature of our positioning here. Our options are to back into this corner and let them come in, or push early on these and then bait these guys in for an alpha strike. I think any of those really are not great. We need to make enough room for Dendrain, so we've got to move out of the way.
For king and country.
I think my gut is to turtle up in the corner though. There's no way I'm killing all 3 of these guys at the start here. So I think what we do is we bait these guys in. We'll set Balin up here. We're gonna move K back over here.
Blessings.
Push Balin back over here after he throws some traps out. We know that I need 4 AP to do what I want to do with this movement. We can at least get 2 traps out. So I'd rather put 1 here. 1 here to slow down the squires. Dendrain can now move and then shoot. I'd rather take 1 shot and then move because these guys, like, shooting in these shields is a waste of my time. We'll just soften one of these guys up. This guy looks uglier. Okay, and we'll do that.
Sinners shall bleed.
Mordred is pretty good. We'll actually leave him exactly where he's at. I'm very content with this, and this gives him the 6 AP reserve that we would prefer to have. All right, so this is our setup. We've chosen to play super passive here and let them come to us, but this looks good to me, so we'll let it go. We also have some new information that we have additional spawns coming in, so we have new targets that are going to be joining this fight. Got to be mindful of that. And the line is joined. Made a bit of a mistake here. If we'd been more patient, we could have put the trap here and guaranteed the hit. This was sloppy because this would have been nice chip damage to have on the squire. The other thing that feels really bad about this is Mordred is completely tied down. In an ideal world, we would have loved to charge one of these squires down, and now we're forced to deal full damage right into the shield of the squire to bring him down. That's a lot of damage. Similarly, we have to deal with this guy from the shield because he's locked up all our guys, and Dindrain does not have an escape. So I think a series of positional really a series of positional errors here that are going to give us some trouble in this fight, I think. But nevertheless, we're going to go ahead and have Ballin take power strike here. That we'll judge whether or not we deal with these corpses or not. I think it's still viable that we deal with this in 3 turns, but we'll need to watch it. With K, the most threatening target is the Squire, so we need his help in dealing with that target. He has 9 AP, 8 AP for each strike, so he can move once and strike twice. We're going to go ahead and do that. Regrettably, he can't Death Strike. Death Strike is 5, so we will give up our ability to Death Strike this turn, but that is just the cost of the situation. Even if we take hits from these lost commoners, multiple hits from these lost commoners is not nearly as threatening as the damage from this lost Squire, so this lost Squire has to die.
I can take
Also calling out Stigma because I can get 3 hits in with Mordred, and so it's very purposeful that we're not using Stigma here. Then Mordred is going to go ahead and put some hits in here. The other thing we can do is maybe see if Dindrain can actually help. Does she do more to help by hitting the commoners or by flanking this Squire? I think by just hitting the commoners she helps more because she can get 2 attacks that way. So we'll see if she can get a 1 hit on one of these guys. That would be lovely. Can. And then we'll see how Mordred's first hit goes here. 3.
I fight for honor.
Can Dindrain kill this guy? I think she can. Excellent. Perfect. All right, so she gets that kill, and Mordred can hit 2 more strikes here, further reducing the damage coming at him. 50% chance, I think. 6, 7, or 8. Yeah, 60% chance to 1-hit this guy. We'll go with it. Unfortunate. And we'll bring Balin up here, take a stab, and this Balin cannot deal with this target in any situation. He can move forward and take 2 hits, but then he's going to be taking 2 hits back, and he's really bad at taking hits. So we're going to step him back, reserve the 3 AP, and let that go. There's no point in putting a trap down. We'll set in our AP here for now. Mordred will take 1 hit in the shield, not a big deal. Alright, we've got some new targets in the field and a new unit we've never seen before. So let's take a look at this Lost Skirmisher. This guy here is kind of threatening. He has a power attack ability. That's scary, don't like that. And he has a strike ability for 3. Does 7 to 10 damage with 10% armor break. That's kind of a nasty hit. So getting hit by this guy does not feel good. He also has a cleave ability, so we got to be careful about keeping him alive after a surround. We also see another Lost Crossbowman, which we've already shown is not good for our health and wellness. I do think that we should be able to finish this fight in 2 turns, and so I think wasting damage on these Squires is not in our best interest. These guys are going to close, and I think we're fine here. So our goal for this round is to, if we can, figure out a way to mitigate that crossbowman, which honestly is impossible. There's nothing we can do about that crossbowman. He's got cover, and Dindrain could move to take a shot at him, but it's just not going to be worth it. The burning does nothing to mitigate the damage. It's just all bad for us on that side. So I think we just allow Dindrain to take 2 shots at this target here because it's going to strip armor. We'll let... How do we want to do this? See, the issue is these bodies here are funneling for us. So this skirmisher is probably going to show up here, be my guess. Balin would be able to step forward and then take him on. The Lost is going to follow. Okay with that. So I think what we do then... Yeah, I think what we do then is we go ahead and let K kill one of these guys, or try to kill one of these guys. In fact, Cleave's probably more damage. I think Cleave is more damage at this point. Let him do his Cleave, and then Mordred should have a clean tap on both these guys. Excellent. Alright, change our facing so that we face the archer. Balin can put down some traps here for the approach that we know that this guy's going to take, give us some extra damage. I think if he moves forward 1, do it again. We'll go ahead and hide so the archer doesn't shoot our vulnerable person here. We'll have Dindrain. Dindrain has no cover she can get. And that archer is going to 100% shoot her. I just guarantee it. I hate that. But I don't think there's anything we can do about it other than just making her do nothing at all. So we're just going to let her put 2 shots in this to soften this guy's armor up. Help that situation. And then we'll step Balin forward 1. Yes. And then he'll reserve his 6 so that he's got 2 hits ready to go. Archer goes, oh, Archer shot Balin. That's interesting. The traps worked out. We got 2 solid kills on that. We do want to make sure that we end this fight this turn so that the dead bodies will go. And hopefully Dendrian can take this crossbowman out. That's not great on the roll. Super bad on the roll. You low rolled twice. That is very bad when you change your plans. Okay. So I believe that, first of all, we should be able to get a clean kill on this guy here. We need to open up a path for Mordred to kill this crossbowman, or Mordred to open up a path for Balin. Get the better call. Balin and Kay open up a path. Kay and Mordred open a path for Balin. Because Balin only needs to hit that guy once, and he's got the best mobility. We'll do this. This. Mordred also has a charge if we can get in range, but I'm not sure if he can. But I know that Balin can close. We'll do that. And we're good. A little tight there. Not the best. Did take a little bit of HP damage from that crossbow bolt on our good friend Balin. And so, I mean, it just shows how strong those crossbows are. Nevertheless, I don't think that we're hurt enough to really justify using the camp yet, so we will not do so. We will go ahead and take this shrine, take a look at this. It's a heal HP shrine. Are we feeling lucky? I think we're going to wait on this one. We'll leave it for now because I'm not really feeling threatened enough. We might take another hit and demand the use of it. We'll make sure that we have all the spawn angles here, and we'll go ahead and take this chapel fight. All right, so we do have a elite ranged crossbowmen that we would love to close with very quickly. We have the skirmisher, which we already showed is a bad mamma jamma. We don't want to trade hits with him. And then we've got this side chamber here on the left. I like chamber at face value because we get to close with the crossbowman very early. That feels really good. And so my gut is to put K on that, because K can one-tap this commoner and this lost crossbowman very easily. My gut would also be to put Balin on this lost skirmisher because his power attack is very good against the armor the skirmisher has. I would prefer to have Balin and Mordred maybe hit this flank, because they can close very easily with these range and reduce their ability, and Dendrian can be the lawn ornament that she usually is. So we'll put her here. The other consideration is Mordred charging the skirmisher is really good for us. It's very good for us. Mordred can charge the skirmisher, it can charge this crossbowman. This crossbowman shoots twice actually. He's got 8 AP. He's gonna shoot twice for 6 to 8. This guy actually hurts. So I think Mordred's job is to disable this crossbowman as a priority. Balin's job is to assist. Dendrian, I think, is going to try to pop this crossbowman so we don't have to deal with him. So that'll be the play. We'll see how it goes. Kay's going to have to solo this. What's going to happen is he's going to take a hit on this crossbowman and then box this commoner. That's Kay's literally only job, is to take care of this room. That's all he's doing for this fight. Balin's job is going to be to deal with the skirmisher. We'll see how it goes. All right. We have a plan. All right, Dendrian. One time. One time.
Lord guides my hand.
Nope, not looking good, Dendrian. Not looking good. Oh, this girl. This girl. Okay. Well, this is what we call a bad situation. We have body blocked Balin, so he cannot get in. Mordred, I hope, can charge around this. He cannot. We have to use another AP. Fortunately, range can't prompt opportunity. We'll hit this, so this guy's disabled. That prevents him from destroying our team. He will stand up and still take a shot, but that is so much better than taking multiple shots. This guy's going to be able to hit us no matter what, so we are going to move our facing to be here. This skirmisher can do nothing to us. Balin's going to have to finish Dendrian's work because Dendrian is, as we established, terrible. And we'll leave him with 1 AP for now.
At your service, my lord.
All right. So With the skirmisher, we have a choice. We can close the distance and go ahead and get a power attack now, and then trade blows with this guy. That feels pretty bad. Or we can sit here and see what he does. He's either going to back up and hit Mordred, and then Ballin's going to have to charge to be helpful, or I have to brawl against this guy. My gut is a wait and see. I don't want to give this guy free attacks. Mordred, if somebody's going to take a hit, Mordred's the guy we want taking hits.
Awaiting your command.
With K, our boy K here, he's going to run for one tap this crossbowman because he knows how to kill things, unlike a certain archer we know. And then we want to move K back if we can. Yes, no. Can we actually get him out of range? We cannot. This Lost is going to get in range for a hit on K no matter what we do. Can't get to a safe spot. Kind of annoying, not going to lie. Alright. So, we'll just lean into it. We'll move forward 1, reserve a 1 AP. We'll take the 1 hit and then trade out. Alright, we have our game plan. May not be the great game plan, but it's a game plan. Alright, that guy stands up. Takes a shot in the shield, that's fine. Smart of this commoner to flank the shield. Very smart for a brain dead animal. And now that we did the reserve, we got exactly what we wanted of this skirmisher. He moved into Ballin's kill zone. Ballin has a wonderful 10 AP to use his 4 and 9. And so we'll go ahead and first use the power attack to eliminate as much armor as we can, and then a follow up to get the kill. Perfect example of managing the distance and not taking unnecessary damage from this target. On Mordred's side of things, this archer still remains the primary target, and so we're going to see what we can do. We have 7 AP, so we cannot fit in a stigma. We will take our 2 hits. On Ballin's side, priority is still the archer. I believe he can get the finish. Excellent. And then Dendrain has a backstab, so her 5 to 9 damage is going to be multiplied. Let's see if she can get a 2-tap with a backstab. She looks like even with a backstab, she's going to disappoint us. That is a very, very special, very special unit. Oh no. Alright, so we'll take 2 hits from this commoner. At least it'll be to the shield. Hate to see it. K will finish his job because, again, he knows how to do his job. And that will be it. We will finish this turn with this Lost Commoner next turn. We don't have to worry about any resurrections because there's nothing to be concerned with. We will end turn here, take our 2 hits unnecessarily, and be good. We did the best that we could with a Dendrain that's low rolling us constantly. So, not bad. Still, very good health totals for managing through most of the map's objectives. And since we are moving on to the final fight, we will go ahead and take advantage of the things on the map. So at this point here, we are going to use the HP Shrine of Dendrain because she is the most dependent on HP. And then we're going to take the slightly longer jaunt over here to the camp. And we'll refresh our armor totals here. We've lost, what, 2 armor on most of our frontliners. So this will give us 1, 2. Yeah, it's going to actually refill them all. So we are full armor, full health, except for a little bit of chip on Ballin here, and that's going to give us everything we need, I think, for the last engage here. We still had one more campfire that we didn't even use. Forgot about this one. But if there wasn't enough campfires in this map, there's even another one if we had even a more scuffed situation. No need to even touch that. We don't need that shrine because we didn't take any vitality damage. We'll just move to the last engagement. Alright, for this engagement we have a very long walk down that puts us on a little bit of a clock here. The totem here is going to summon a lost crossbowman every 2 turns. Hate to see it. As we showed, these crossbowmen can take effective damage into the life totals of our units. We have 2 lost squires to contend with and a skirmisher. So fun all around. So our goal actually is going to be to move as close as we can without actually taking unnecessary damage. So looking at these squires, we don't want them to be able to hit us, but we want to get as close as we can though. So we know that we can move, hard to see the red there. We can move no further. So we'll move here and get ready for that. We'll move K. Don't have to worry about the crossbowman on the first turn, so we can actually just kind of keep a good line here. So move K up here.
At your service, my lord.
Also a good demonstration that this game would have been so much better with hexes. These squares are really awkward on this terrain. Hexagons are better than squares. All games need to learn this. But nevertheless, it's all good. With our remaining AP, we can reserve for 2 more AP next turn, or we can throw a trap now. We know that these squires are going to be coming in. We know pretty much that. I think he's 100% of the time. If we get lucky. Alright. And then Dendrain. She could take a shot into the shield. Why not? We'll show you how pitiful her damage is. Into the shield of a 3 armored unit. You ready for this? 5 to 9 damage, reduced by 30% into 3 armor. Are you excited? V1 damage. Oh man, that's wonderful. Okay. That being said, I think we're set. We'll reserve AP. Let them come to us. And we misplaced the trap. Excellent. Well played all around. Alright, Crossbowman's going to be putting damage in. We have these 2 squires in front of us. We already demonstrated before that Balin can, even through a shield, hit this squire down with a combination of a power attack and a strike. So I think we'll do that. We need to do it because of the way we're reserved. So we'll go ahead and do the power attack. All armor gone. Regular attack. We'll take the finish. Okay, a little less certain here. And so we could consider whether or not to use our charge to disable the squire to make it easier, or save our charge for the skirmisher or closing the distance on these crossbowmen. I think that we can probably do this with 2 strikes from Kay and some other help from his friends. And so what we're going to do... We're going to move Mordred to the side. That's 3-5, yeah. So we're going to move Mordred to the side. We're going to cast a Stigma here. 1 hit to help with the armor, and then Kay should be able to 2-strike this. Yes. Alright, cool. Next thing we need to decide, can we finish this fight in 3 turns or less? It's going to be close. It's going to be really close. My gut is that we're probably going to have to put damage into these squire bodies. I don't really like that, but it's just not favorable. Other thing to observe is we can't put damage in this crossbowman with Din. She could actually help with, and she's not really in a good position to do that. So we are going to continue advancing her forward by 4 AP so she can stay relevant in the fight. And probably put some damage in these Lost Squire corpses. But I do believe we will need to kill these Lost Squire corpses. Prevent them from spawning behind us. Because it's going to be 1 turn to deal with this guy and these guys here. Another turn this, and then a 3rd turn, maybe a 4th turn for the totem. It's just too tight to not do it. So, unfortunate. But we'll move her up for 3. Take the shot here.
Sinners shall bleed.
We'll move Balin up. Take that. Good. Go ahead and get a hide so he doesn't get shot by the crossbowman. Move forward by 1. Make him relevant on the play.
Your orders?
Balance out. Fortress out. Face the threats.
Your Highness.
Pays out. That is our turn. Alright, let's see what to do. Go ahead, another crossbowman. That shot. Looks like Balin took that shot.
Make up your mind.
Now Balin gets the benefits of the hide here. He gets a 50% damage increase because this unit is now surprised. We'll see if he can get a good 1-tap on this lost unit. Very good. Love to see it. We now have this lost skirmisher closed on Mordred. He will not be able to disable his charge. So my hope is to be able to charge one of these crossbowmen with Mordred after the skirmisher dies. So the plan then is going to be... Our issue is we can't. K's AP is too low to be able to get it. He needs 3 AP to get in range. So really, one's hitting the squire. No, we need to. We'll move 1 forward, save the AP.
I serve the Lord.
And this trap is now in our way. We cannot move onto our own trap. The position that we would like Balin to be on is now obstructed by a trap, and Balin cannot get in and help this situation. That is objectively terrible.
The Lord is my witness.
We have tired with this.
At your service.
How are we going to do this?
Blessings.
I don't want to put Balin in range of the skirmisher. It's not a good call. Mordred can take the save. Like, it's not really a threat. It's just crossbowmen are a problem, and this guy's completely locking us out of being able to help. This trap is objectively hurting us right now.
For king and country.
So I think the only thing that we can reasonably do... Boy, this guy really does have every position locked down. There's no flank opportunity at all. Dendrain is still terrible. That hasn't changed yet. Hopefully she can take out one of these archers, reduce this damage at least. Okay.
Your orders?
All Ballin can do is hit this. Can't even move there to get a strike.
None can stand in my
Could take an
way.
opportunity attack to open it up. Is that better? No, it's not. Hate it. All right. Whatever. We're gonna go ahead and just take what we can from this situation. We're gonna take the backswing.
Command?
We're gonna move Balin over here to finish this target and be ready for the next move.
Waiting.
Regrettably, this guy needs to back up a step and hide. That's the best he can do. He can't get in here and take this crossbow damage and the skirmisher damage. We just need to let Mordred take it in the shield. It's the best we can do. Bad turn. Not great. We definitely made a mistake there. You can see how threatening that guy is. He stripped 3 armor and did HP damage to Mordred. It's not going to matter because of how far ahead and how we played the earlier times, but this was a very, very unnecessary, unforced error from us that in later fights would be a problem for us. So just want to call that out because the purpose is to learn as much as we can from this. So we'll go ahead and bring Ballin in to go ahead and take this strike because he's really good at doing with targets like this. Mordred should be able to do this. I'd rather him not though because I want him to charge the crossbowmen.
Power and
So
glory.
we'll let Ballin finish.
For my
I
camel.
don't believe we'll need to finish this corpse. We should be done long before 3 turns is over if things go the way I expect. But I am going to kill it because he's obstructing Mordred's charge path.
Time to feed the ravens.
Mordred still needs to move forward 1 with a charge is excellent. He can move even deeper here.
None
Hopefully
can
taking this
stand
crossbow
in my
bolt to
way.
the shield.
Your Highness.
Sprint Sir K up here. We may need to kill this crossbowman, we'll see. Ballin can move up by 1. Both of them can. Dendrain. Dendrain can move forward and take shots, right? Yeah. 4 and then take a shot. We'll go ahead and... Is there a world that this can kill him? No. The fire will never kill him. Neither of these shots can kill him.
Defend yourself.
Okay. Turn. Ooh, another mistake. We gave this guy, with our shield position, opportunity to shoot us in the side of the shield. That was an unnecessary shield. Like, we should have been able to block that with a shield, and the archer played us. And
Sinners shall bleed.
actually really good. Okay. Go ahead and take this shot here. And because we moved, another mistake. Because we moved Dendrain, she can't shoot twice and finish this guy. All we need to do is move Ballin first.
Fight for honor.
And we would have been okay. We'll move Ballin up and we'll have him finish off this corpse because it's going to res next turn. Move K forward and target because it's all he can do to be relevant.
What?
For my camel.
Move Mordred over to finish this target.
Prepare to die.
Up here. Try to get our facing in a little bit better this time.
No mercy.
Balin
for the
can
wicked.
come up here. Once again, we're going to hit a hide because he's a swishy target. We don't want to give crossbow bolts to his face. And we'll just save this AP from Dinner. I don't want her taking these shots either. Well, you know what? She can hide behind Ballin. That's fine. Alright. We'll go ahead and turn. Excellent. And we'll sprint Mordred to be in melee range with the archers. That will reduce their damage.
For my Camelot.
See? We'll move Ballin over here. Not reveal him, but that should set up the surprise damage to maybe finish off the totem next turn. We do need to finish this fight next turn if we don't want to kill those corpses. We'll move K up as well. Ballin up.
Blessings.
And can you be... Yeah. At
The
least
Lord
shit.
guides my hand.
A little bit, make him a 1-tap. Alright, in turn. Res. Excellent. Alright, so...
Power and glory.
Balin, can you kill this totem? I would like you to kill this totem. Cannot.
Your Highness.
Hey, cannot. As a result, we may have to kill these
I
corpses.
fight for honor.
We'll go ahead and allow Mordred to get that hit there.
Your command?
Have Ballin come. I hate to do this, but we have to have Ballin come back and finish this.
Now you are.
I am ready.
Okay, we'll not be able to finish that corpse. So
Blessings.
should be 100% on the next turn. All right. Not the best, but we should be good now.
Awaiting your command. We will never give up. Neither will we. Onwards.
Oh, but yeah, as far as this mission's concerned, did it okay. I'd say that this was kind of average. We definitely took more hits than I would have liked to have seen. That last fight, a couple sloppy, really sloppy with the trap placement and getting ourselves locked into that pissing contest with the lost skirmisher there. So a few mistakes that would definitely be punished in a later level. So we need to make this thing here. So Sir Ballin will be.
You saw me in battle. I am
Gotta be careful to make sure I choose the right guy.
I'd suggest that you
We're gonna take the step that gives us more tyrant. We could take again. I love Ballin, but he's rightful. We're doing a tyrant Christian, so we'll be taking Ballin. I may be what it is. It may Ballin or Ballin. I don't know how to actually pronounce these, so I apologize if I'm butchering this to anybody that's more authoritative on this. But Ballin, I believe, is the guy that we're gonna be taking here. All right, done. So that is the Bridge of Sorrows completed to the best of our ability. And with that, I believe that we're going to go ahead and cut it there. We will finish the mission and observe. And then for the next playthrough, we will, once again, do Camelot, manage our experience and levels that we've gained here, manage the new equipment that we've picked up, and manage any new construction that we're doing. So with that being said, I hope that you're still finding this beneficial. Hopefully more beneficial when I'm making mistakes and being able to explain those mistakes as well as showing some better habits. So if you have any questions, obviously feel free to leave them in the comments. Always happy to try to answer what I can about the game in any way. And with that being said, we'll cut things here. Take care.